Hello, Miss Munira and my dear friends. My name is Priya Chandran and I'm going to present on cross-sectional research. A cross-sectional study is a type of research where data is collected from a group of people at a one specific point in time to understand what is happening in that moment. It can also be used to assess the attitudes, interests, or behaviors of a study sample. Because of these cross-sectional studies are particularly useful in informing resource planning and allocation. For example, a owner of a smoothie shop might use a quick survey at the point of sale to learn which types of fruits and vegetables customers prefer. The shop owner can then use this data to determine which ingredients to purchase and which kinds of smoothies can offer. The main purpose of cross-sectional study is to understand what is happening right now in a population. For example, if we want to know if students who are more stressed have a lower academic performance, we can collect data at one time and analyze it. This helps us see the relationship between stress and grades without waiting for months and years. It's also useful when we need quick information for planning or to guide future studies. Okay. Next is the sample size in cross-sectional research. In this type of study, data is collected at one point in time from a population to find patterns and associations. Choosing the right sample is critical to make sure the results are accurate and reliable. Why is sample size important? Sample size affects and validity and generalizability of the research findings. If the sample is too small, the study might miss important trends. If it's too large, it can waste time and resources. A good sample size helps reduce bias and increase confidence in our results. The sample size depends on several factors such as population size, margin of error, confidence level, and expected response rate. For the population size, how big the group was studying, and margin of error, how much error we can accept, and for the confidence level, how sure we want to be the results, usually 95%, and at last expected response rate to how many people we accept will actually answer. There are considered when calculating the right sample size. As you will see, this is the way to calculate the sample size. As you all see, here is an example of a topic which is the relationship between social media use and depression among university students. Okay, for the study design of this topic will be a cross-sectional study was conducted to explore the association between social media usage, patterns and level of depression among undergraduate students. And for the population, undergraduate students from university named aged 18 to 25 years. And for the sample size, using a 95% confidence level, 5% of margin of error and an estimated prevalence of depression and 40%, the required sample size was calculated as 369. So after adding 10% to account for non-response, the final sample size was 406 students. As we all know, the data collection, a self-administered questionnaire, was used, including the social media addiction scale and also the depression subscale from the DAS-21. So finally, the sample size of 406 is considered large for a university-based cross-sectional study. A research instrument is a tool or mechanism used to collect, measure, and analyze data in a research study. These instruments can be surveys, questionnaires, tests, skills, or even observational checklists and interviews. An example of a topic is stress and academic performance. For this study, we use a questionnaire as the main research instrument. Stress was measured using the Perceived Stress Scale (PSS) developed by Cohen and colleagues in 1983. It contains 10 questions where students rate how often they felt certain ways in the past month. Academic performance was measured by asking students to report their current CGPA. The questionnaire was short and easy to complete, and we use validated tools to make sure the data is reliable. Okay, last but not least, the final of our cross-sectional research is research issues. Issues, also known as a research problem, are specific areas of concern, gaps in knowledge, or questions that researchers aim to address through their work. They are the foundation of any research project, guiding the investigation and shaping the research questions. Essentially, a research problem identifies what the researcher is trying to understand, improve, or solve. Okay, as you see in the slide, there is a title which is the impact of stress on academic performance among university students. So I attach pros and cons. So for the pros, it will be efficient and inexpensive, provides an overview of the relationship between performance and stress, ideal for sizable student samples, and morally sound and simple to manage in an academic environment. And for the cons, cannot determine cause and effect, only shows data at one time, no time changes. Timing may affect results, example, exam week, and relies on self-report, may not be accurate. So this is for my part, which is the cross-sectional research. Thank you.